In this lesson, I will explain to you question number 1, part number 9 of 2.1. And the question is f of x means function of x is equal to x raised to power 3 by 2. And this question we have to solve by binomial theorem. So here I have written binomial theorem for you, that a plus b whole power n. This is a general formula. Instead of a, you can have a different number. Same thing, instead of b, you can have number or delta or increment or whatever, which I will show you with the help of this example or this question. Raised to power n is equal to nc0, and then a means this one, a, the power of a will be n minus 0, and b power is this. Here you do not have to consider n, plus nc1, and a power will be n minus 1 into b raised to power minus 1 plus nc2 into a n minus 2 b raised to power 2, and so on. So here the question is f of x is equal to x raised to power 3 by 2, and we assume that this f of x is equal to this variable y is equal to 3 over 2, and I say this is my equation number 1. So this question we have to solve by 4 steps. So step number 1 is taking increment, means we have to take increment on both sides of the equation. So here we have y, it means we have to add delta y. Here we have x, so we have to add delta x whole power 3 by 2. In the next step, delta y, we will take this y to the right hand side. So it will be x plus delta x raised to power 3 by 2 minus y. Because when it will come to the other side of the equation, the sign will change and it is negative y. I say this is my equation number 2. Right? So here I say that y is equal to x raised to power 3 over 2. So instead of this y, I can put the value x raised to power 3 over 2. So we have to write down, put the value of y from 1 into 2. So it will be delta y is equal to x plus delta x raised to power 3 over 2 minus x power 3 over 2. Right, so our first step is complete. Now we are going to start step number 2, and in step number 2 we will solve it. Okay, so see here, delta y is equal to x plus delta x. It means whole power means this power belongs to x, this power belongs to delta x as well. If I will take x power 3 by 2 common, so here I have 1 plus delta x over x whole power 3 over 2, and this is minus x raised to power 3 over 2. Right, it will be much better if you erase this from here and put it here. So why I have taken x raised to power 3 over 2 common? Because this is one term, this is second term. In both terms we have now x raised to power 3 over 2. So I will take this as a common. Here I have 1 plus delta x over x raised to power 3 over 2, and this one we have taken as a common. So here is only negative 1 left, this one. Now we are going to apply the binomial theorem which I have showed you in the beginning. Instead of a, now we have 1. Instead of b, we have delta x over x, and n is 3 over 2. Right? So in the same pattern which I have told you in the beginning, we are going to expand this binomial theorem. So this x raised to power 3 over 2 will remain the same. Here n is 3 by 2 and c 0, and instead of a we have 1, so 1 3 minus 2 minus 0. B we have delta x over x and the power is 0, plus NC2 and we have, sorry, NC1. So this is 3 by 2. Here we will write down 1 now. Power of A is 3 by 2 minus 1, and B we have delta x over x power 1. For the third one, this is NC2 and A same thing, 1, 3 by 2 minus 2, and B is delta x over x whole square plus so on, and here we have minus 1, so do not forget this minus 1 here. So it will be 3 over 2, and NC0 is equal to 1, right? 1 power 3 by 2, the power of 1 also 0, and here is 0, so it is 0, plus this will be n divided by 1 factorial, so it will be 3 over 2, and no need to write on 1 factorial. This will be again equal to 1, and here we have delta x over x plus n2. It means 3 by 2 into n minus this and divided by 2 factorial. This is 1, n minus 1, and then 1. Here it will be delta x square plus x square n minus 1. Now we will simplify it. 3 by 2. This all will be 1 because they are multiplying each other. 3 over 2 into delta x over x, because this is 1 only. Here it will be n, and n minus 1 over 2 factorial delta x square over x square minus 1. So this negative 1 will cancel with this positive 1. Now we have here x raised to power 3 over 2, 3 over 2 delta x over x plus 3 over 2 into 3 over 2 minus 1 divided by 2 factorial delta x square over x square plus so on. Now we will take delta x as common, because we have delta x here, so here we have 3 by 2 into x. No more delta here because we have taken as a common, so here is 3 by 2 minus 1, 2 factorial. Here we have only one delta x. Now our step number 3 is, here we have delta y, delta x. Divide both sides by delta x. So it will be 3 over 2 delta x over delta x, 3 over 2x plus 3 over 2 into 3 over 2 minus 1 divided by 2 factorial delta x over x square plus so on. This will cancel. Here we have delta y over delta x, which is equal to x raised to power 3 over 2, 3 over 2x plus 3 over 2. And why I'm not solving this 2 factorial and taking the LCM of this, because it is only time consuming. I will let you know in the next step that it will be 0 when we will apply the limit. So step number 4 now. Apply limit delta x tends to 0 on both sides. So here it will be delta y over delta x, limit delta x tends to 0, which is equal to limit delta x tends to 0 x power 3 over 2, 3 over 2 into 3 over 2 minus 1 divided by 2 factorial delta x over x square, so on. Right now, wherever we have delta on our left hand side, we will put 0. but here delta x tends to 0. Limit, whenever we are going to apply delta x tends to 0 on delta y over delta x, it will convert to dy by dx. And here there is no delta, so it will remains the same thing. There is no delta, 3 over 2x, but here 3 over 2. See, that is why I was not solving this. I was not taking the LCM, because here we have delta x and delta x tends to 0. It's just time consuming to solve it. So this one. So here we have 3 over 2 into 3 over 2x plus this will be 0, because we are multiplying with 0. This whole term will be 0, and then we have dy by dx, which is equal to x power 3 over 2 divided by, I can write down like this, 3 over 2x. Here see, we have same basis, 3 over 2, so it will be 3 over 2 minus 1, because here there is no power, it means 1, and when it will go to the numerator the sign will change, it will be negative 1. So it will be equal to 3 over 2 x power 1 over 2. So dy by dx of our function is 3 over 2 multiplied by x raised to power 1 over 2, and this is the answer of our function. So it's a lengthy question. Practice it. If you have any question, you can ask me. Subscribe to my channel, and thanks for watching.